is Tiffany's content on Saturday, August 9th. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get right into this weather. You're going to see that the Great Lakes, again, the Midwest, is definitely sprucing up some storms. Severe thunderstorms warning are already in effect, okay? Lots of rain and thunderstorms and scattered showers are already starting to come down. And it looks like for the next few days, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, all the Midwest Great Lakes area will be on alert, okay? This is all coming from the West Coast, from the upper north, and it's definitely moving into the Midwest and trying to exit out the east, okay? But let's take a look at this. We have some freeze warnings in Wyoming. We saw a little snow still over in Washington. I'll show you that. But we had that hot heat hazards right around it. And when all that clashes together, it brings on those flash floodings and everything like that. And that's what you see over in the Midwest. You're going to see some severe warnings for heavy, flooding and rain and everything like that. And then you have that hazardous heat on the East Coast, okay? And all that clashing with the cold air on the West Coast, the hot air on the East Coast, it's all just bringing all this, friction in that Midwest, that Central Plains, that Great Lakes area, okay? And it's going to be very severe. Even going up into the upper Mississippi Valley, right there above Texas as well. There's going to be a lot of things happening in those mountains as well. It's going to get cold, hot. So you just got to make sure that you're aware if you're traveling, okay? This will be the amount of rainfall for the next few days, and that is a lot in the south. That is a lot in that Central Plains, that Great Lakes area, going into the East Coast, okay? So we have a lot of effects going on in the East Coast. We have some tropical storm warnings that I'll talk about later. That East Coast is sprucing up some storms in the southeast as well. But right now, we're paying close attention to the severe warning for today and the next few days. That is the Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, okay? You have severe thunderstorm warnings, hail, okay? You have all that cold air frictioning in with that hot air, and it's bringing on a very big lightning bolts too, okay? So I'll show you that as well. But again, this is for the next few days. You're even going to have some over in that southeast, okay? So coming out of Georgia, going into South Carolina, and a little bit in Florida there too. But again, those storms are definitely down in Miami, sprucing up, and lightning as well too. So let's talk about more of the severe weather for today, and that's going to be right outside of Texas, New Mexico area, going into Colorado basically, and Oklahoma a little bit. Is definitely taking on a toll going up that upper Mississippi Valley, okay? So if you're in any of that area, it's going to be severe. I told you we had the snow, okay? We had snow starting August 7th, I think it is. We're in the 9th and we still have a lot of snow, or the 10th, I'm sorry. What day is today? The 9th, okay. And then so there's like 2 to 8 inches worth of snow out there already. So you're going to see that. And then there were very cold temperatures this morning too on the West Coast. 37 down in Wyoming. That's where that freeze warnings were happening, okay? Coming out of Washington, very cold. Idaho, and even dipping down from the north, that Canada cold air is brushing through. But then you still have that hot heat, okay, coming out of Texas. South California is very hot, okay? Arizona is very hot. It's definitely hazardous heat warnings down there too, and that can be very life-threatening as well too, with the fire warnings and everything. So let's look at this RGB, and you're gonna see all that lightning and thunderstorms coming in through the upper Mississippi Valley, the Central Plains, the Great Lakes. It's definitely setting up shop already. Look at that lightning down in the south as well, and even up in there by Wisconsin. It's definitely a lot of lightning coming through the United States. Just for today. This map is for today. These are the clouds, the lightning, and the storms above our head. You're going to see it zoomed in the southeast, right there in Florida. I told you Miami was sprucing up some storms. That's why we had that, hurricane threat the other day, because the models was picking up off of the current storms, okay? But right now, this is what we have in Miami. In Florida, we definitely heard thunderstorms and lightning throughout the whole state of Florida today, but most of it is impacting the south, okay? East, basically Miami area, okay? And it's definitely a lot of lightning and thunderstorms over there. Now, that severe weather we talked about, that's coming from the California side, pushing over all that, hot heat in the bottom and then the cold air coming from the top of Washington, all that swirling around together is definitely going to bring some bad weather. And that's what's happening, is pushing over to that central plains and definitely clashing with all that, North Dakota, South Dakota that came over to Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, um, even Nebraska, Kansas. You're going to have to look out for that for today, okay? Going into the next few days, very severe warning. And I'll show you more of that severe warning maps in a few. But take a look at this huge lightning bolts, okay? These are thick lightning bolts above our head, okay? This can mean a lot of power outages, okay? So just be aware that this will be happening now, okay? Because this is current radar imagery from the Gold Star, and this can go on until, the next few days, okay? But right now it's looking very thick, very light, hardcore lightning in Nebraska, going in Iowa, Wisconsin, Missouri, okay? And that'll all push over to Illinois, okay? So now let's get into the tropics, okay? We're looking at Tropical Storm Ivo. It's very tiny out there. It's definitely trying to dissipate, but it is right under Cabo San Lucas, okay? So it is bringing over some feeder bands over there, a lot of rainfall over there by the beaches over there in that area. But again, you're going to see that it's definitely moving only at about 10 miles per hour, so it's very slow. It's very slow and tight, trying to dissipate pretty much. It doesn't have a lot of hot air to feed off of because it's starting to get cold on that side. So it's definitely trying to go away. Now looking at the Atlantic side, okay, you only have about a 50%, and I think it was 20 or 30% chance, but we still have some models that are sprucing up some big storms, okay? So we're gonna look at that, okay? Right now, the GFS was going way north, so I took a look at the Euro, and the Euro is still aiming towards North Carolina, South Carolina area, going up that East Coast, okay? So you just wanna be aware of that. It is still potential for tropical storms on the East Coast. We still have warnings out there, okay? So you just want to be aware. And then there may be even one after it, okay? And you see that one right above the Caribbeans, okay? That'll be going towards the Puerto Rico area. But you just want to make sure, okay? Looking at the atmosphere now in the tropics, you see that there's a lot of bubbling up over there in South America, again, going into Central America, right up under Florida. And then, of course, we have a lot of those waves pushing out for Africa, okay? So stay tuned to Tiffany's content. I'm going to keep you updated. It's Tiffany's content. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.